I don't want us to end after just a year of us being married because it makes me feel like we failed.
You know, I'm about to break up with my wife. I'm about to end this relationship.
It's about damn time. It's about damn time.
Carlos and John have like this instant buddy-buddy connection.
And that's weird because they don't speak the same language.
Yeah. Hey, son.
Bom demais, moço.
Beautiful.
Maravilha.
Bonito?
Demais da conta. Estamos no paraíso, nós não estamos sabendo.
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh.
What you do? I got businesses I can do.
You just keep saying I have businesses. What businesses?
Honey.
What? I want to know what businesses.
I cannot. There's definitely going to be something that I can rely on to feed my family.
That's suspicious.
Hey, welcome back to 90 Fiance. So we're on season 8, episode 17, and we're gonna do Sophie, Patrick, and Kobe this episode. And tomorrow we're gonna do Michael, Jasmine, Ashley, and Lauren. Okay, so we're gonna start off with Sophie and Rob because in this episode, Rob breaks up with Sophie, which I honestly feel like a lot of us saw that coming. Okay, so it starts off with Sophie and she's partying up at the club. But what I find weird is that she's saying that it's weird that he travels somewhere else to celebrate his birthday without her.
Rob is in Kansas City to spend his birthday with his friends. It is weird. This is the first time he's like traveled somewhere else without me since we've been married.
Like, I'm sorry, but were you planning on going with him?
Nope.
So she tells us that she's anxious about what he's doing, and then she said that she doesn't want to be controlling and tell him what he can or cannot do. But because he is a playboy, she is nervous about how he will be acting while he's out clubbing. Along with this is the fear that he will cheat because all of her other partners have cheated on her.
He will keep playing me. Every person I've dated has always hurt me, and I just think I expect that from Rob. So I don't know. I'm trying not to worry about like what he's doing.
And yeah, she should be worried based on all the attention that he was loving last week. All those girls were on top of him, and he was like, oh, I won't touch them. Look how good I am because any other man will love all this attention.
I have so many opportunities. I could get into some if I wanted to get into some.
Anyways, she said that she doesn't regret moving out, but she is wondering if the distance is going to make things worse between them. It kind of already did, but okay.
Rob is not a bad person. We both have issues.
Y'all sure do. Then Kay basically professes her love to Sophie, like, I want them to break up. Rob sucks. I can't stand this man. And I'm like, yeah, fuck Rob. Then she said Rob would be out the door and it would just be me and Sophie. And then I'm like, oh.
Rob would be out the and it'd be me and Sophie forever. I'd marry her. I'd do whatever I need. Like, that's my bitch. She's the other half of my soul. You know what I mean?
Stop. What do you mean by that?
Like, I know so many girls that are like really close with their besties. Like, me and my bestie, we're like this, okay? We're inseparable. You can't separate us. But I think she actually wants to fuck her. Now we see Rob and he's leaving the function and little Miss Thing gonna get behind him and ask for his number. Then Rob starts talking about how he's gonna come in for a bottle or some shit like that. Like, I don't even know. But I guess that's enough for her because she then starts kissing him on his cheeks and he just lets her. And you guys, look how happy he is. And then the cameraman is so dirty because it pans to her fucking flat ass. And then Rob is like, it's been so long since I felt someone interested in me and I haven't been intimate in such a long time.
I could scratch that itch.
Yo, that's just nasty. So then he's gonna ask his friend what to do and his friend's like, just do you, bro. And then his other friend is like, I'm really surprised. All these girls are up on him and want to go home with him and he's not taking advantage of every man's dream.
What the hell is wrong with you people?
Oh my gosh, shut up. What is wrong with these men? Shut up. So then Sophie calls him and asks him how he's doing. And Rob is just looking at his friend and his friend is just looking at him. And is this like a staring contest? Anyway, Sophie says happy birthday. And then I'm like, wait a minute. It's nighttime. You're saying happy birthday now when it's night? Sophie? What? Sophie, babe, you're not trying hard either, because what the fuck? And then she's like, I love you. Long pause. I love you too.
I love you.
I love you too.
Oh my gosh, what the fuck is this relationship? So now Sophie starts ranting a bit and is like, I don't want our relationship to end after a year and nobody knows him like I do.
I understand how Rob works. No other bitch understands that. They don't. Rob loves me.
He just pisses me off.
Okay, girly. So now back to Bob. His friend is like, that conversation sounds like you're still in love. Did we all hear the same thing? Anyways, Bob is confused and feels like she's stringing him along, and now he doesn't know what to do. So now it's a couple days later, Bob calls the producer and tells her that he can't do it anymore. He said that after Sophie called and told him that she loved him, she hadn't reached out to him since, and now he's just getting sick of the same thing because they can never fix things if she's never home and everything is his fault. So now he starts crying.
No, I can't laugh yet. I've got to hold it in.
He says that he just wants things to function so he can be her husband and she can be his wife, but she isn't giving him any room to make anything work.
I can't figure her out, and she clearly can't figure me out. So we should probably we shouldn't be together.
I'm like, yeah, Sophie, either leave him or stay with him and make things work, because what you're doing now is just hella annoying. So then he texted her and said that he'll be at Kay's house at 4:30, and if she had any respect for him, then she would come out. So then he drives there, gets to the place, calls her, tells her that he's here, and then Sophie's like, why are you so pissed at me? Oh my gosh, what? All he said was,
I'm here.
Oh my gosh. Every time she does shit like this, it really makes me like question her as well, because I'm just like, girl, Rob obviously has problems, but you do too. Like, some of the things she does irritates me. So Bob is like, he has to make the decision for them because she refuses to call him or see him. So then Sophie comes out and then their episode ends. But then we see a clip of the next episode of him actually breaking up with her. He had to write it down on his phone. But she looks shocked. I don't know why she's shocked. Like, you didn't expect this to happen.
So yeah, I just needed to talk to you, and I wrote it down so that I can just say it. Sophie, I think the best thing for both of us is to just be done with this.
Anyways, Kobe and Emily. This episode's crazy because usually I'm always on Team Kobe, but this time I'm kind of on Team Emily because he's just not making any sense, really. Okay, so they're packing to go home. Kobe brings up how Emily's feeling about them leaving, and Emily's like, yeah, it's bittersweet. So then she asks him, and he's like, well, he's going home, but not really, since they are still living with her parents, and there really isn't much that he can do. But then Kobe brings up them moving to Cameroon because they have a lot of money saved up, so they could rent or even build a house here because their money can go further here in Cameroon than it can go in America because everything's so expensive in America. But Emily is shocked and asks how long, and then he said a year or two. So to him, it's not just about the money, but it's also about raising their children in their culture as well.
If they grow up in Cameroon at this stage, even for like a year or two, will really help the kids to understand Cameroon culture.
And at first I didn't think it was like a bad idea. I actually thought it was pretty smart because it is good to raise your children in like the culture that you like are brought up in. But then I was like, what's the long term here? Like, because how are you going to get a job, Kobe? Like, what type of job are you going to do there to actually afford to live there? So Emily's like, America's great and the kids can remember the culture at such a young age. But then Kobe's like, no, they should learn at a young age. And Emily's like, maybe when they're like 6 or 7. And this is where I started agreeing with Emily, because it is a good plan, Kobe, but maybe when they're older. Because when we came to America, I was 4 years old. You can't ask me shit about Ghana, okay? Everything I know now is because what my parents have taught me after we moved to America. I don't remember shit. My older sister, who moved here when she was 6 years old, she also doesn't remember shit, okay? But I also think she's a bad example because she doesn't remember what she does yesterday. So, I don't know. I think what they should do is that they should go there every year for their summer, okay? Spend 2 to 3 months there every year. The kids will start picking up on it and they'll start learning about the culture, especially if you're going there every year. And what they can also do is take some of the money and build a house there in Cameroon, rent it out. Every time they're going there for their summer, they have that house, okay? When they're leaving, rent it out again. Now they're making money while also having a place to live when they go there for the summer. Anyways, they get nowhere. Kobe's frustrated as hell and Emily's annoyed as hell.
They're very small children. So it's like, I feel like they would appreciate moving here and the culture more when they're older and understand.
So now they're driving to the airport. Kobe brings up if their son might even remember being here or not. And Emily's parents are like, yeah, he might remember a few things, but not the cultural differences. And Emily's like, babe, you want to tell them what you told me? And Kobe's like, no, you tell them. So Emily's like, Kobe wants to live here for a few years. And both parents are shocked, and Dad is like, huh? Wait a minute, where would you guys even live? And Kobe says where they're gonna live and that he has enough money for a house, but he just wants the kids to know the culture. And Emily's like, the kids aren't old enough for the culture. And then Dad is like, what are you guys gonna do to make money? And Kobe's like, businesses. And Emily's like, what businesses? You keep saying businesses, but you aren't being specific. And he still doesn't give a real answer.
What would you do? Just sit down.
What would you do?
I got businesses I can do.
You just keep saying I have businesses. What businesses?
Honey.
What? I want to know what business
I
is.
cannot. There is definitely going to be something that or I can rely on to feed my family.
Kobe, what the fuck? Come on. So the parents are against it, and Dad is like, you moved to America for a good life, so... And Kobe's like, I went to China to study for a better job here. And then Mom is like, what is a good job here? And he said, well, I was working as a telecommunication technician. And Emmy's like, okay, and how much did you make a year? And then he said, it doesn't matter.
I mean, I was working as a telecommunication technician.
And how much do you make a year here?
Does that matter?
Kobe.
I was living a decent life before I even left here.
Yes, Kobe, it does in fact matter. He said he was living a decent life before he even left here. Keyword, decent, okay? And he was living decently while he was just by himself. He didn't even have a family. How are you gonna still live decently now that you have a family? It's gonna be much harder. Like, the whole reason we left Ghana was because my dad couldn't find any good jobs with his degrees. Come on, it's like much harder to get like a good job there to support your whole family, which is why I strongly think that they should just go there for vacation and not go there to live. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying no to moving, but we really need to get back to America and really talk it out. Because I don't think he's really thinking about the long run.
Anyways, they say bye to Valerie and then they leave. Okay, last but not least, Patrick and Thais. So they're all going on a trip together. Carlos already looks like he doesn't even want to go. But John is also coming, so him and Thais can finally make up.
If I'm going to work out things with Carlos, let's spend this time so John can work out things with Thais. And we could be one big happy family.
Then Carlos is like, does John even speak Portuguese? And they're like, nah, he only knows how to say shut up and how to say the word slut. And then for some reason, Thais starts talking about how he was misbehaving and how he called her friend a slut. And then how that caused the friend to throw the drink at him. Like, Thais, babe, why are you bringing that up on our family vacation? Shut up. So then Carlos is like, Thais, you need to teach them a lesson. And I don't know if he was being serious or not, but Patrick made it into a joke and it kind of eased the tension a bit.
John, Carlos said if you were sitting here, he'd smack you in the head.
Get the heck out of here.
I'm kidding.
Anywais, they're not there and it's the next day. John and Carlos are talking, but it's so funny because neither of them speak the same language. So what the fuck are they talking about?
Bonito?
Demais da conta. Estamos no paraíso, nós não estamos sabendo.
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
So now they're ready to leave, and as they walk there, John and Carlos are still talking about... I don't fucking know. But Carlos really likes John because he has the guts to talk to him and get closer to him, whereas Patrick needs to put in more effort. Then Thais takes a million years to cross the boardwalk thing. Her dad finishes first, and she's just struggling not to fall into like 2 feet of water. So now they all get on the raft thing. Oh my gosh, I do not know what any of these things are called, okay? Boardwalk thing, raft thing, you guys know what I'm talking about. But anyways, Patrick is about to fall off the hammock and Carlos is like, let him fall. Oh my gosh, poor Patrick. Like, this man cannot catch a break. So John gets beer for him and Carlos, and apparently Patrick and Thais don't like that.
I don't understand how Carlos and John have like this instant buddy-buddy connection.
I didn't like that too.
They act like they're talking about stuff.
Right.
They aren't.
You guys, I thought you all wanted to be a family. Anyways, it gets awkward as fuck. Patrick asks Carlos if he wants to do some fishing, but then Carlos says that he isn't a fan. And I think that's weird because he just complimented John for trying to get closer to you, but Patrick is trying to get closer to you and you're just like not even entertaining it. Rude. So then Patrick is like, what about jet skiing? And Carlos also says no to that. So Thais is like, you don't like riding jet skis? And Carlos is like, I do, but I'm not in the mood right now.
Jet ski? Também não.
Você não anda jet ski, não, pai?
Ando, mas não tô muito afim, não.
Ugh, he's so hot, but also so frustrating. Anyways, that's the end of their episode, and that's the end of this video. Let me know some of your thoughts in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!